Well now, if you're watching this video, it's because it's the day after some other videos. Anyway, I am filming and my wife's friend is here and they're in the kitchen and they're cackling like a bunch of hens. They're having a good time, which is good. My wife hardly ever has friends over, so she needs to. She's cooking some carnitas or something. It smells great out here because that is our pressure cooker. But what I'm going to do today is, as I was sitting in my car, this location, I couldn't help myself but stare at that dash as I'm collecting more parts and pieces. I gotta get this gone. That has to change. So, I went hunting, looking for my parts and pieces that go to that particular part of the dash. Now I don't know where I put them. I did some spring cleaning in here. Oh, and I organized my closet. Look at that. Yep, spare blower belts. Oh, they're right there. These are them. Extra pieces and parts. Oh, no, don't you fall over. No, fall over. Here we go. Instrument cluster parts. So what you guys are going to watch today is you're going to watch the Bob Ross of Hot Rods tear apart his happy little dash. And, put it back to stock. I have no idea if anything works in that dash or if any of that stuff in that box there is any good, but we'll find out in just a second. So, see in just a bit. It dawned on me that you guys might not know how to take the instrument cluster out of your 57. So, mine is loose, but I will show you how to do it. It requires a screwdriver, not this particular screw bar. It could be any flavor. Mine uses this one. And then there's some nuts on the back that I think they're 3/8 socket or wrench. And they fit these studs, and I'll show you what that looks like here. So, on this dash, mine has these two screws right here. This screw here, oh, that one fell. That one fell. Hold on, it hasn't fallen yet. It's falling. Oh, it's out. Okay. There are two other ones here. Here. You see it? There. And there. There is a piece. Let me get it. There's a piece that goes right here. Let me find that for you. I'll go show you. Let me go get it so I can do this the right way. Hold, please. Where is it? This thing. Because it requires removing your steering column, not removing it, but undoing the steering column from the dash support pedal swing box area. So, pretend with me that this, well, hold on a second. Let me flip you guys around, hold on. Okay, we're back. So, two screws here, 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 and this cover essentially goes under your dash. There's a screw and a slot right here. Take this off first. Gets access to these bolts right here. There's two bolts right there. You gotta go through. It's actually a slot. You just put a nut and a bolt right there, and that mounts your column. That allows your column to slide back and forth. Because after you take these off, here and there on both sides, there are two nuts on studs, and I'll show you, but this column has to be clear here. So you can grab this thing and pull it straight out. And the column, hard to do with one hand, you got to pull it out here, hold it out quite a ways, pull it off the studs, which it is. Sorry, and then it comes out like that. Those two holes get those two studs. If you have a helper or somebody that can help you, this wire held me up and wouldn't let me actually drop the column down as far as I wanted to, so I could pull it out and down, and then that thing comes right out pretty easily. But yeah, there's the repair, dash repair, with the wiper switch and, you know, this lighter that doesn't actually fit. And then I got an ignition switch. I'm looking for the bezel. Oh man, thanks again, Ron. Look at that. I gotta bolt that thing up tight, but it's in loose. But that's it. Then the column slides back down where it goes, and out is the instrument cluster, which this one's disgusting. So I'll see you in just a second. Back on the bench. Pew, pew, pew. Okay, I have you guys up high so you can look down on me and lord it over me the mistakes I'm going to make. So here's what we got. Instrument cluster. White table so I can find some parts and pieces. I really wish I had a stand. This will be fine. I can show you what I'm doing. Blue dot tail lights do not go on the dash. Lava lamp. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So I got some instrument cluster, speedometer stuff. Some pieces and parts to match that in there. So that's in case my glass inside this thing is bad. I have some more gauge goodies in here. I don't know what's in here. And I have some gauges that may or may not work. Don't know. The only one I'm really concerned about is the fuel gauge. Yeah, that's all I'm really concerned about at this point is the fuel gauge. I need to make sure that the fuel gauge functions. I bought a sender that is 0 to 30 because anything prior to 1965 for GM is 0 to 30 ohms. After that, 0 to 90. And I think the new stuff might be, I don't know. I don't know. The only thing, if it's newer than 72, I'm not going to idea. Same with motorcycles. If it's newer than 71 or 2 shovel head, I'm not going to know. If it's panhead, knuckle, older, flathead, 45, I might know. Ooh, this gauge might actually work. Okay, so got some lenses and pieces in here and some brackets. But first, let's tear this apart. Pretty obvious. Got some screws. I think I have the lights that actually go in here. I don't know. But this is all coming apart. So let's tear this down. And the white tabletop is so I don't lose my screws and stuff. Magnetic tray. Because I'm stepping up in the world. Nope. Let's grab. Here we go. This looks like a small screwdriver type thing here. And a magnet just in case. Okay, what do we got? Let's just pull these gauges out first. Screw. And the gauge comes out just like that. Super easy. Those 2 screws and she's out. Careful now with your reflector piece. And it looks like I need some glasses because I can't read. It's not his fault he can't read. Hold, please. Okay, this says sender is this side. Sender, ignition. So this is wrapped, I'm assuming because it's good. I think this was the temp gauge, which I'm going to use the temp gauge in my gauge cluster under the dash, which is mechanical. But it's cool to have that anyway. Okay. Wow, this is... Oh, can't do that. Can't do that. Okay, next one, small gauge. let's see here. Screw, screw, 2 little screws right there. That gauge comes out. This sleeve comes out. Pretty easy. Slides right out. No big deal. They go together. There's a half moonish kind of a scallop that goes in the bottom of the gauge thing right here. I don't know if you guys can see this. Right here. Goes right there. And the lenses come out. And I'm removing these pieces of plexiglass. So I have lenses and a gasket. So, interesting. Remember I said that the dash was covered in aluminum? Oh, please. The dash was covered with this 1/4-inch plate of aluminum. This is the clock, radio, and some switches and ignition panel. But the bonus was this really cool piece of plexiglass that sat over the top of that. I mean, how can you not want that in the 80s? And this sat vertical, not leaned in like the dash is leaned in. This sat straight up and down and had some blocks right here spacing it off, like 3/4 of an inch. And that is what went over the top. And they cut those giant holes to fit these switches in there. And this is plexiglass over the top of it. That's why I had to turn it back to stock because, I mean, I'm a kid of the 80s, but let's face it, the show cars in the 80s were not that cool. I mean, some of the monster trucks were, but well, some of the show cars are cool, but this one was not. Okay, I'm going to put this lens back inside the fuel gauge. It goes in backwards. This facing up, this obviously facing out. There's a gasket. The lens goes down. There's like a guide notch. I'll show you. Let me pull this up. Okay. There's a notch in there. Can you guys see it? Just like in this one, where that gauge goes. So this goes down. That notch goes in that spot. The glass has a notch. It sits in there flat. This piece has a notch, sits in there flat. There's also a notch at the bottom to index it. And then the gauge goes right back in there. And wouldn't you know it, it's super tight. Okay, putting the screws back in. Let's look at it. I think I got in the wrong spot, but fuel gauge. See? Nice, clean fuel gauge. I think the fuel gauge goes over here, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I need to look. I don't remember. They can go in either spot. I need to look. Hold on a second. Hold, please. Let's go to the book. Where's the book? Manual. Where's the manual? Which manual? Passenger car shop manual. Okay, let's look at the gauges. Index. Exterior electrical window, body trim, rear end, quarter window assembly, electric wipers. That's the body section. I don't want the body section. I want, what sections do I have? Hold on. Let's look at the, hold on a second. Okay, we have Unit serial numbers, body, frame, front axle, engine, turbo glide, conventional, chassis, electrical, air conditioning system. I don't think anything about the gauges is in there. But does the assembly manual have it? Factory assembly manual. My neighbor is home. I'm looking for the manual here. Looking through the manual where the instrument cluster is. I just want a picture of it to see if I can see which way the gauges run. Let's see here. Does anybody know? You're probably just screaming at me. This one goes this way. Oh, here we go. Temp gauge. Gas gauge. So gas gauge goes on this side. Okay. We're looking at the mirror image. Gas gauge, temp gauge, because the temp wire is here and the fuel 10 is the gas gauge wire. Okay, got it. I got them in backwards. Here we go. Reverse. I think it was the other way around. I think the temp gauge was on this side. Ooh, they were trying to be super custom. Really custom. Temp gauge. Swap the glass out. Swap it to this side. Top and bottom notches. Bottom, top, bottom, top. Bottom, top, bottom, top. Okay. Let's get this blue plexiglass thing off there. Temp gauge, done. This is actually, I'm really happy about this because it's what I wanted. I wanted it all stock appearing. And I wanted it to, I was hoping they hadn't really messed it up too bad where I couldn't use the stock stuff on it anymore. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold up a second. Nope, that's the way it goes. Just like that. Ooh, something's beeping. That must be the carnitas are done. Oh, I just didn't have a clock right in there. My fault. My fault. Okay, clocked in there correctly. Fuel gauge down. Temp gauge. Don't know if these work. This would be the perfect time to paint the needles, but I don't feel like it. All right. Pretty easy. Pretty easy. There you go. Gotta be gingerly. You don't want to strip these screws, obviously. All right, so temp gauge. Stock fuel gauge. Ooh yeah. Now do the speedo. Get rid of that thing. Screw. Screw. There's these 4 screws around the perimeter. Out comes the speedo. This would be the perfect time to clean that up. Says it has 30,993.9 miles on it. That's out of there. So the glass goes down first. And this car was a manual trans, so I don't have the... Interesting, I don't know how. I don't know what they did here. I really don't know how they did this. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know how this fits together. Hope I got it right. I think there must be, this must have a, oh okay, that's what it is. Okay, got it. So the other ring does go in there. Alright. Stock speedo. It's a nice, actually a really nice set of gauges. I'm pleasantly surprised. Put the screws back in. Yes, you're right. Put the screws back in. Don't get too excited. Put the screws back in. Now I gotta figure out where these other ones go. Should have kept that page open on the book. Okay, 4 screws go back in. 1. 1, 2, 3. Done. I think I got it backwards. I think there's supposed to be something in here like a gasket or something. I need to look and see what goes in there, but I think I might have that backwards or missing. Maybe this gasket does go in here. It looks terrible. No, maybe that's it. I'm gonna have to look for actual assembly of what goes in there. There must be some sort of gasket or something. But for now, this is what's going in. This gross black rubber gasket. I don't think that actually goes in there right, but nope, that's coming out. I don't want to look at that. That's okay. What's in here? Oh, maybe that's what goes in there. I don't know. I don't know what goes in here. I'm gonna have to look and see. But this piece is coming out. I can't deal with that. I can't have it. Nope. 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 Trash. Okay. All right. What is in this mystical box? Oh, it gets chrome trim rings. Oh, that's what goes in there. Aha! These chrome rings go in there. Maybe. Do they? I got some lenses. Some little green and red and yellow, or red and blue lenses. I have the indicators for turn that go in there on the back side with the little chrome bezels, so they'll look like that with the little lens in them. Pretty cool. Alright. Alright. Well, let's put that together because, I mean, that's just the best part, I think. Let's take this apart, pull these other ones out. Small screw. Alright, this and this comes out of here. I don't know what they did, but it doesn't matter. This is going in like that. So this is offset. This goes to the outside, and this is offset this way, and this is offset that way. So that goes like that for sure. But I think these chrome lens things, they do. These chrome globes go in first, like that. And I think this is the socket that holds the can. I think the lights go in there. But I think the medallions go down inside here first, actually. I thought I bought some medallions. Let's see what we got here. Or not medallions, these little lenses. Oh no, they're here. This is where it is. So it's... Yeah, yep, they're here. Okay. I forget where I got these from. So, green for turn signal. I think that goes down. Okay, so it's sandwiches. This goes in here first. They're concave. So I'm putting the concave piece down into the cup. Well, now I can't tell you that I did for sure. So the cup comes out. Yeah. Okay, so concave cup. Green cup, like that, which is going to have an arrow behind it. That looks like that. And then a light will shine behind it as soon as I find it. Where did I put it? Right here. So then here, I'll do the flashing thing so you can see. Okay, then the red one. Ooh. Okay, now I gotta figure out where's that page again? Back to the manual. Okay, so it is left indicator, left indicator. The next one is brown tan, Gen. gen, and this is the right indicator, and that's oil. So it's gen and oil. So if I'm looking at it this way, gen, oil. Gotcha. So gen, and it has red. Gen. So gen goes like this. Gen. Gen. Turn signal. Is that right? Must be. Yep. Well, it's only gen if it's spelled. Yep, gen. I think it's upside down. I think it's mirrored. It is. It is. It is. Oh, yeah. This one has a notch, and the gen thing has a notch. So it goes like that and says gen. And then it fits inside this red thing. Oh, whoops. I'll put it on the right way. Okay, so if I'm looking at it, it's got to say gen. Much better. Okay, so that takes some, what do you call it? That takes some finesse right there. Okay, so I'll put this screw back in where it goes. All right. Get the light out from behind here, and then we have, she's not charging. Oh, that's really bright. So it's not charging. Oh, that's turn signal. Not charging. Gen. Turn signal. All right. Let's do the other side. I know you guys are probably not enjoying this. This is a really long video. Already it's 30 minutes. But for somebody that's never done this before, I'm doing it. Because I have never done this before. And I want to see it done. Okay, so green light, green lens, down. Oil has notches. Oh, turn right side up so I can read it. Oil. Red lens. I can see that. Red lens. Green. There we go. Okay. put these on. There we go. That one's down. And then the holder. And a screw. Alright. And that is a somewhat restored instrument cluster. I'm pretty stoked. I'm going to pull these gauges back out and figure out where exactly those chrome things go, because I got a funny feeling that they're supposed to be in here as trim. But let me look real quick. If I'm right, then I'll show you that they went on there. I'll see you in just a second. Okay, so I was correct. But there are two screws on the inside here, on the left and right side, right here. You can see it right there and right there, that hold your lens assembly in and keep it like that. For the Speedo, the side gauges do not have that. They just go in and they stay nice and tight. So I got to put these screws down here real quick. Now my ring set that I had that came with my car, the holes, everything had been cut off to replace all that. So if I hadn't been doing some digging and seen this, I never would have known this. Man, I don't know if these screws actually fit this. They look like they should. They feel like they go in there. Yeah, they do. They go in. Oh, my neighbors are out playing football in the yard. She wants to go out there and play with them in the street. Okay, now this fits down on top of that, and the screws go back on, and the lens will be nice and solid. And my car was originally a manual transmission car, and I happen to have an extra manual transmission one, which I know my buddy George is looking for. His doesn't have, he wants a manual transmission one for his other car. So I'm going to surprise Georgie by showing up at his house. Actually, if he sees this video, he'll know that I have one. It won't be a surprise. Oh yeah, okay. Tight. Tight and right. What's funny is I'm going to take this back apart because I got to paint it later. But do you want to see what it looks like in the car? Me too. That's it. You're in the driver's seat. Literally in the driver's seat. You're actually going to be sitting right there. You're in the driver's seat. That's it. 4 speeds over there. Yes, I said it. 4-speed. That's real B. Wheel, tack, gauges, stock gauges. On there nice and tight. Turn signal, generator, oil pressure, turn signal. Lights, wiper, lighter. Wow, that was great. And I'm waiting for my thing to show up there, my turn signal, or my ignition switch. And then That's the view I'll be looking at forever, which is, I mean, let's face it, Tri-5's dashes are, oh, they're so wonderful. And I love my Tri-5. Ooh, that's dark. So what's next for tomorrow? Well, if my wife goes with her little friend, if her and her friend go paddleboarding, I was wanting to surf tomorrow. Lava lamp. I wanted to surf tomorrow, but if that doesn't happen, if I don't end up surfing, I end up watching some videos that you guys are making, which would make me just as happy. I might stick this back on that. That could happen. That could happen. I got my studs, I got my gasket. I'm ready. Everything's right there. Ready to go back on there. And then headers and all that stuff. And at some point I gotta do the rear differential. Rear differential. Let's go see if there's a sunset. Oh, look at that ball of fire. Oh, man, it's bright. It's beautiful tonight. I know so many people in Canada, Dan, are experiencing 40 below. I don't know if that's centigrade or Fahrenheit. If it's 40 below centigrade, that's got to be like, face of Mars or something. I don't know. You guys are probably freezing. It's a brisk, and I'm wearing long sleeves and jeans and PPE. It's a brisk, I don't know, it's probably 73. It's chilly. Good thing I got seat heaters. Anyway, see you guys later tomorrow.